gotta shout. Gotta shout.
I gotta shout. Gotta
Shout.
I gotta
Shout.
gotta shout. I gotta
Shout.
I got
One shout for the world.
Speak my mind, make my voice
Be heard.
These jokers in power, they be
Acting absurd.
But their time's running out, sure enough.
Spread the word. The war-torn ghettos, destroyed cities with bloody street walls. The dusty, rusty picture of the old, overworked man living below poverty line. This is the picture that portrays the story of my people whose pupils have been overdilated by a life of darkness. Living in the shadows of exaggerated democracies, of manifestos inflated with nothing but empty promises, manifesting nothing but self-enrichment in high places where bogus visions and fallacious policies are lined up in dusty meat government shelves. For my people whose hopes have been exploited just like the minerals that lie beneath the land they dwell, while on the other side babies were fed well. This is the thin line that separates truth from lie, the rich from the poor. Ditakane from Pakalani, Alexander from Senten, and Bari from Boroje. My people have a story to tell, mourning from crowded cemeteries, the death of their dream. The dream that was brutalized by a crooked man in majestic suits, sitting on leather seats, signing truces, trade agreements, and ceasefires that never ceased any fires. And so I got one shout for the world. Speak my mind, make my mouth voice be heard. These jokers in power, they be acting absurd. But their time's running out. Sure enough, spread the word.
We interrupt this live poem to bring you breaking weather with Ken. Ken?
It's quite a delay, but thank you, Sydney. How are you? How's the weather that side?
Wonderful, wonderful, Ken. Why don't you take us through GC weather for now?
Thank you, Sydney. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weather forecast for the night. The second annual Infinite World Festival weather forecast for the next 5 years. As you could lose, I've got two men facing away. I didn't do it. It's a problematic weather forecast because the whole of Gaborone is starting this side, the eastern side, going to that side. We're expecting some Atlantic weather, they call it the westerly winds, blowing towards Kefentse, going towards the Ngamiland, and touching a bit on the Papanda Matenga places. And when we run down, starting down, going down, we look, there seems to be a bit of a problem, Cindy, that there's a problem with a lot of heads. We see heads of people, and when we look down and we scrutinize a bit of what is happening in Chaleta, we see a head of a man. The about to declare the whole of the country, and it seems that the president is also content with passion killings, and we are wondering what is so passionate about killing. It is murder. So the president has said, and that we look at some of other things, and the weather seems to be concentrating towards Kefentse. We don't know why. This is because of 2 tents that have been built in the past 2 weeks. It looks like SI has built 2 tents in Kefentse, and that created a bit of a temperature coming towards Namibia. If I were to cross the side, towards sort of Kefentse here, and that caused a rift. And this is why you see yellow patches all over some yes, all over this. And that created a sort of like a typhoon called Katrina. That typhoon happened just on the eve of independence. That's the 29th of September. The yellow monsters came and took people's house in Moeng, and that sort of really angered people. And that became, this is why we have a lot of air moving in gaps. And this is bringing a lot of problems because we see dirty linens in Gaborone West North. What is happening here is that we see empty curtains of yogurts. Empty curtains of yogurts. They're full in Gaborone West North, ladies and gentlemen, and we believe this is a very serious problem with weather, and we are wondering next week as the chamber is meeting at the council whether they will give this job to Daisy Lou. And it's one of the other things that Cindy, I would just have to rally on and say that I gotta shout.
I've got one shout for my people in Bots. Deserts got no trees, still they stacking them D's. And ain't no one wonder why they giving them these. ARV, triple therapy, nigh on free. Best things come in 3, get you hooked on 1, 2. No wait, freeze, frame it, cuff it. VAT don't devalue ARV. My people get these for free, but they still got worries. Are we so poor we can't afford a domestic policy? What that mean? Them diamonds ain't enough anti-fallacy? Don't get it twisted, I love my president, cause he pressing till them dents come out straight. He's secure in our faith, huh? I see the look on your face when I mention AIDS. You about ready to cuss. What that mean? You wanna see this virus survive us? This is not about being negative or positive. Question is, y'all doing all this spending, who's depositing? Cause the interest accrued could turn a man into a fool. We three in this liqueur coming at you in black and white truths. See, technically speaking, technicolor's at use while we bebop beating. Y'all need to start counting, cause it's your future they flouting. I got one shot for the world. Speak my mind, make my voice be heard. These jokers in power, they be
acting absurd.
But their time's running out. Sure enough,
spread the word.
I gotta shout how the West is sometimes feckless, making moves when we ain't got a clue what the heck is going on in the places where all of the rest is living with the legacy of colonial messes. Development be benefiting mostly just upper classes. World Bank and IMF, them suckers is bastards. Capital protected, chump change for the masses. People unemployed, stuck in economic morasses. We say we want a better world, but we stay on our asses. We say we want change, but love them shiny BMs. We say we're activists, but wanna act like big spenders. Rebu a revolution, me rebatle di Mercedes Benzes. We go out with Che and Vigo emblazoned on our chests. But does the ethic permeate our consciousnesses? Gorge material goods to feed our consumerist ends. Months later, bills due, we can't meet our expenses. We need to see the light like on the road to Damascus. What's our position for? That's what we gotta see. It's gotta mean more than just buying stone cherry, more than acquiring the trappings of the bourgeoisie when trying to ascertain the health of our society. Don't be hoodwinked by consumer liberty and parity out front, masquerading as equality. I got one shout for the world. Speak my mind, make my voice be heard. These jokers in power, they be acting absurd, but their time's running out. Sure enough, spread the word. Y'all know we spittin' truth, you can't help but feel this. We're giving you what you get when you get down with Exodus. Creativity,
self-expression,
and youth culture.
We're the next generation
taking back the future.
Rapping up the soapbox, we'll dismount, but we're gonna
keep shouting,
keep calling it out.
Your turn.
Pick an issue, it could be near or far.
Speak your mind, give your shout.
Represent who you are.
Step forth, grab the mic, man, woman, boy, or girl. Stand up, lift your fist, and give your shout for the world.